Hi everyone and welcome to the third part of my Sézane guides. In the first two parts I've shown you all the pants and blouses that I've tried and owned, and in this episode I'm going to focus on skirts. I have 12 to talk about and I will show them tried on my mid-size and curvy body so you can get a better idea of the fit, model, and in the end, the quality. If you like this idea, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Alright, let's get on to it. Sézane has so many styles of skirts and I've tried a lot of their minis, midi, and long skirts. It can get so overwhelming because they have so many styles, and mostly because on their website and app, they always show them of very straight and slim figures. I'm going to tell you what my experience was with all of the styles I've tried and hopefully help you make more intentional purchases along the way. All right, let's start with the minis because, well, that's my favorite style and the style I have the most in my wardrobe. The first model I've ever tried was the Bessie skirt, which is a colorful version of their Calvi, which is still available on their website in black. This is a wrap style skirt. It has an elastic in the waist and overall a very elastic fabric and very comfortable fabric. It is a pull-on skirt, so it doesn't have any zippers or any buttons, but it equally has no lining. It is not see-through at all. In fact, the fabric is thick enough for you not to see anything. It is a true mini skirt, but I found the length to be flattering, at least on my height, which is 1 meter 72 centimeters. It has a high waist and I got it in size XL because I really wanted to be comfortable because Sézane skirts can be quite tight, especially on the hips area. And since I am very curvy, that would continue to slide up, which happens anyway with these kind of elastic fabrics, but the size up limits it. And in the end, it turned out to be the perfect size. So I always recommend if you're in between two sizes, or also in general, size up for this skirt. The second model and the one I own the most and I'm most excited about every year in my wardrobe is the Malia skirt. This is a straight cut mini skirt and it always comes up like every summer, usually a cotton skirt. So it's very breathable and very light. This skirt is indeed lined and it has a zipper in the back. It has a very comfortable length, at least in my opinion, but I did notice that this year they released a Malia skirt that seemed to be a little bit shorter than the ones I have. If you size up, it won't be too tight around the hips area, but don't do what Sézane says. If you're curvy, please size up. I got it in 42, for example, and I'm in between a 40 and a 42. Next up is Leandra, or Leandra skirt. This is a mini wraparound skirt with a tie belt on the waist and a front hook for fastening. It mostly comes in embroidered patterns and they are truly stunning. It is a lined skirt as well, and it is very structured and heavy material, which makes it not so easy to wear for curvy people. In fact, I ended up selling mine because I find it to be too structured and it bulks up and straightens the figure around the hips area. And if you're curvy, that's not what you want to do. You actually want to either conceal or really hug your curves. For this model, I would also encourage you to size down if you're in between sizes. I sized down for mine and the fit was actually perfect. So I got it in a size 40, which is my usual size in Sézane, but not in skirts from Sézane. And it fit perfectly. It just wasn't the right model for me. Next up is my favorite skirt of the whole Sézane assortment, I think. I'm talking about the Kolina skirt or Carolina skirt. I think this model is the best for curvy people because it's an A-line cut. It has gathered ruffles in the front, which makes it truly feminine. It has a great length and an invisible zipper at the back. It usually is 100% viscose, but I kid you not, it's just my favorite model and I will keep repurchasing it because it's just a great cut for curvy people, and it always comes out in the prettiest patterns. So I would say Carolina is my winter version, is my fall and winter version of Malia. It is pretty much true to size. I only got it in size 42 because at the time I tried the first one, I was a little bit rounder, and because it's a flowy skirt anyway, right now it is a little bit big in the waist area. So I would say just get in your size. Next up is the chili skirt. A review of this skirt is actually what started everything on my channel. So if you want to take a look at an in-depth review and try on, you may want to check out this video right here. Anyway, Jilly is a straight line mini skirt and it's very tight around the hips area. It is a lined skirt and it has some pockets in the front and also a removable belt with a buckle. And I highly recommend you to size up for this because it's incredibly tight in the hips area and it is also very short. So overall, it's definitely not the best and what I would recommend on bodies like mine. I think this is more a skirt that suits straighter figures. Model number 7 is the Peter skirt. I also have a more in-depth review of this skirt on my channel. You can check it out later. I'm gonna link it here. And this is an asymmetrical kind of skirt, like rep style asymmetrical kind of skirt. It has 3 buttons in the front, but those are not functional. In fact, it has a zipper in the back. In fact, it has a zipper for fastening. It is a lined skirt made of wool, a very thick fabric, and really good for the winter. The asymmetric style makes the straight line actually better for curves, but if you're in between sizes and size up, know that it will gap. I have it in size 40 and it's very, very tight around my hips and also very short, but nevertheless, I find it a really, really nice skirt to have on a wardrobe. Skirt number 7 is one of my favorites, the Harlow skirt. This is a leather skirt, a black leather skirt with a straight cut and a zipper at the back for fastening. It is such a classic, timeless, and cult piece if you want to build a Parisian style wardrobe. I cannot recommend it enough. You can wear it with pretty much anything and it will always look stunning. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It will be your best friend. I got it in size 40. I found it to be pretty much true to size, although the website says that it runs big. Even if you're in between 2 sizes, I would definitely not recommend to size up for it. Next up is Malia. This is a new model that came out in the winter. It is a slightly flared skirt and it's very, very flowy, which is what I would typically like and would typically be perfect for curvy people. So it is unlined, so I don't really know why it came out in winter, and this is something about it that I don't like. Something I do like though is that it comes in many, many fun prints. This is a model that could actually benefit from some alterations because I find it to be quite flawed in the sense that this skirt is very, very tight on the hips, but strangely very large on the waist. So if you're in between 2 sizes and you're tempted to size up for it, unless you're pregnant or you have a big belly, don't do it because it will be incredibly big on the waist and it will still be very, very tight on the hips. Just get your normal size. I ended up keeping mine because it is just so pretty and so lovely, but I do know that it's not the best model to make. Finishing off with the mini skirt, we find a recent acquisition of mine, which is the Camilla skirt. Camilla is a faux wrap skirt. It has a bow on the side, but it actually has a zipper in the back to close it. It has these wonderful gathered ruffles on the bottom, and it is a lined skirt. So overall, print, the fabric, the model, they truly look stunning. However, I find it to be not the best on curvy people. And that's because it has 2 layers, right? So the straight part and then a layer, like a clear separation between the ruffles and the straight part. And that part, that straight line, it hits, if you get it in your normal size, it will hit right at the bottom half of the bum, making it a little bit straight and a little bit uncomfortable as well. Maybe too short even. However, if you decide to size up, it will be too big, too straight. And that's absolutely something that you really don't want if you're curvy because it will bulk up the area that you don't need to bulk up. So overall, unfortunately, having tried 2 sizes of it, I will send both of them back. We're almost at the end, you guys, and number 10 is a long skirt or a maxi skirt called Sophie. This is one of the most hyped and waited for models from Sézane. Every spring, everyone goes crazy trying to get one of the Sophie skirts because it is so stunning every time. So as I mentioned, this is a long skirt or a maxi skirt and it gathers at the waist below the waistline. It has a long waistline as well. It has a sensual front slit and it is an unlined skirt, although the fabric is thick enough and good enough for it not to be see-through and be very, very structured. Maybe a little bit too structured for curvy people because even if you get it true to size, will bulk up. So in my opinion, it's not the best for curvy people, but if you don't mind appearing bigger than you are, or if you have a straight body, then you will definitely love it. I was so tempted to keep mine because it was so beautiful, so floral, everything I had hoped for, but it made me look way bigger than I am. And that's something I really didn't like. I just like to look in the mirror and appear like I'm myself. All right, the last 2 models are both midi skirts. They are the Tabata or Tabata skirt and the Sandy skirt. They're both super hyped and spoiler alert, I really hated one of them. In your opinion, which one would it be? Let me know in the comments down below. The Tabata skirt is a flowy midi skirt and In reality, I would say it's more of a mid-axi skirt. Sézane always has the best print released in the skirt. It has a sensual side slit and a zipper in the back. It is a lined skirt and that's what I liked. However, it was a disaster for me. Complete disaster. So much so I didn't even take a picture or footage to show you because I didn't want to remind myself how bad I looked with it. In my opinion, this is a super hyped skirt that is only good if your hips aren't too wide or aren't too round, or alternatively, if you have a much flatter chest than I have. Because of me, with my chest and my hips, it looked like the Little House on the Prairie, and of course that's not what I want to go for. It also hit my calf in a way I really didn't want to, so basically it concealed all the good parts of my legs and it emphasized the part I didn't like the most. I highly do not recommend it. Alright, we kept the best for last. Dulcis in fundo, as the Romans would say, the sweetest thing at the end of the meal, the sandy skirt. Sandy skirt is a true midi skirt with a slight flared hemline. It is unlined, but it is very flowy, so that's the best for curvy people. It is also the best cut for hourglass or H-shaped bodies and people who have curves on the hips, but also bigger breasts as well. It is so flowy, it doesn't bulk up, and I would say it is a true to size kind of skirt. You can, of course, size up if you want. That's what I did. I got my usual size in Sézane, which we learned is 42, but I could have definitely gone for a 40. I was just afraid it would be very tight on the hips and show my hip dips. Some of these sandy skirts, since it's satin, are made of either viscose and some others are made of polyester. That's not the best textile there is, I know, but they are just so pretty and it makes them so flowy and also easy to iron. It's just a pleasure, and overall I really love it and I will get more of them. So which of these skirts have you tried and what was your experience with them? But also, which of these skirts was your favorite on me? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more Sézane reviews. Watch this next.